Yes, sir, I'm also for the topic. Yeah, last time against the topic, so today I'm for the topic for euthanasia.
Okay. So, Roshni and Suganti, you are going to talk against the topic, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then fine. We'll go ahead. Do you want to get started now? Or you want
Uh,
some time, like a minute?
I have prepared, if someone wants them.
Okay, we'll start in 1 minute, okay? Just to get that vibe.
Thanks.
Okay, let's get started.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. I am Pravina. Today we are all gathered here for the topic is about euthanasia. So I would like to talk upon. I would like to tell upon my pointers the euthanasia laws around the world. So the euthanasia is around the world in worldwide. So some countries are allowing the active euthanasia with while other peoples have permitted in their lives. So the my point is the country where active euthanasia in legal way. So Australia the legalized in 2019 and Canada in legalized in 2016 and Netherlands legalized in 2002 for the patients and terminal illness and and the countries where passive euthanasia is illegal is and the India also they are legal in the euthanasia. So legalized in 2018 itself, the euthanasia is legalized in India. So the for patients who are brain dead or in a permanent, it will take the euthanasia process. Thank you. And including United States also, though legal in some states, including California. So these are Washington. These are the places, or these are countries legalized in euthanasia. Thank you.
Thank you, Prerna. It's very supporting for point for us. As Prerna said, it's legalized in many countries. Last time we had a great discussion about Aruna Shanbhag case. I like to continue from that. In Aruna Shanbhag case, the woman can even talk. I like to add another case in this debate. Recently, a woman in California who autonomously get euthanasia as a treatment for she had a severe brain cancer, terminal brain cancer. And he got a very serious terminal brain cancer. What I'm trying to say is, if Alana Shanbhag can able to convey his wish, he definitely said, God, please take me with you. Because the Alana Shanbhag have severely suffered lots of suffering like headache, fatigue, seizures. We can count a lot of unnecessary sufferings he had. Roshni, will you please give your opinion on this? Because you have talked about this case last time.
Yes, Anna, as you said, the California case, she is just asking for euthanasia. It's a decision whether she want to live or die. But there is another case in Belgium. There was a twins, and they were facing a death and facing a problem with problem with an vision problem. Okay, they in few days or few months they will lose their vision. So her parents were legally moved euthanasia for the children. So my question is whether we choose the draw line between the euthanasia and assassinated suicide, whether it is an euthanasia or assassinated suicide. Can you explain me about it?
Mostly, it's a fault from her, from the twins' parent. See, written problem alone, it's not in case of taking decision for them to have euthanasia. For your statement, as you gave, it's a malfunction in the system. In that case, the system can give. It's not comes under euthanasia, I think so. Will you please
But
elaborate what the case
actually,
is exactly?
the Belgium government provided euthanasia for both the children. Why the sadness is now they were not alive actually. It was an assassinated suicide which is done by their parents. Why? Because it can be cured, right? Death is not a problem to take an euthanasia.
Yeah,
Roshni,
it's
I would like to add a point. In Belgium, for this euthanasia for children is legalized in 2013 only. Can you explain which year euthanasia will follow for the children? 2002 for the adults and 2013 for
Actually, it was held on 2013. But why? The question is why. It can be cured or it can be accepted being as a deaf or being as a blind. There are many of the peoples who were living currently with the same disorders. But why the children's life were taken by their own parents?
Yes, I had to support Roshni. And my question to Gopinath is, he said euthanasia is not required for vision problem, but in some countries they are permitting euthanasia for mental depression also. So, what is your opinion on that?
uh, for both of your opinions, I need to give a um, opinion that see, nothing is what we say, nothing in the system is perfect. So we need to have a strict guidelines for that. As you both mentioned, one particular case from Belgium. In that case, yeah, it's a very strong point you have there. In that case, euthanasia should not be a final call. But if you carefully watch, it is a problem of the country and the parents. So in that case, what I would suggest is to have a strict guidelines. See, if a patient came, he had a very severe sufferings, it can be anything. It should follow some guidance to get the euthanasia. It should not be taken as that. That's what I'm saying. Euthanasia is a very good decision if the patient is facing unnecessary pains. But in the case you have given, it is condemned. But I don't know about this case, whether it actually happened or not. Will you please give some evidence about this case?
Actually, it is really happened in Belgium on 2013. The name of the twins were Mark and Eddie Wilbison. So they were really who were born with deaf and facing the prospect of being an blind. So this was happened legally, but I don't think it was really needed euthanasia. So I feel from my side there is no difference between euthanasia and assassinated suicide. So assassinated suicide is also being a person who is literally helping to make this kind of decision. So I feel euthanasia is not appropriate in each and every situation.
Yeah, Roshni, what I try to say is euthanasia is not a problem. The system is a problem. The system doesn't follow its guidelines. You cannot simply say that, see, euthanasia has given to the patient, so it is, it
Nah,
caused it. Wait, I will try to conclude.
Okay.
Say, for example, uh, it's a malfunction in the system. I really need to say that. But see, take a case. If a person is getting a severe suffering, as I mentioned, Berkeley case, in that case, he can't even think cognitively. He can't even move mobilely. He lost completely his mobility. Whether you're going to give her, whether you're going to give passive euthanasia to her, because why I'm saying this is he can't even tolerate his sufferings. He 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 literally went to hell. I have while I reading her case, his case is so famous because you can still Google on it. In that case, all his knowledge is recording that I can't able to survive. I'm getting a very 10 like sufferings in my body. So in that case, we need to give euthanasia to her. No, how you can uh, hold all his unnecessary sufferings. That's what I'm trying to say. The problem is not on euthanasia. Here the problem is malfunction on the system.
I would like to add a point with Gopinath. So, the euthanasia is not only depends on the family. It depends on the legalized or states or a country. So, in some countries, for example, Japan. So, Japan does not support euthanasia, but India, California, many United Kingdom states are supports euthanasia. So, it depends upon the country for the circumstance. Japan does not allowed for the euthanasia for the person. So, there is a there is a some restrictions to follow.
Anna, I would like
Yes,
to on. Who is
carry on,
that?
Roshni.
That's so. Also, may I know what your opinion on Roshni's statement that euthanasia is an unfair call for a patient? So that Belgium case. What I'm trying to say is it's an unfair system in that country. What's your opinion on that, please?
First of all, I want to say sorry because I have came late to the session. I don't know what is the topic of the session. Can anybody say what is the topic?
Yeah, yes, I can. The
I
topic you
already
had given is
explained.
euthanasia. Euthanasia means mercy killing. You know about mercy killing, I think. But if a person is suffering a disease or some other unfortunate condition. So the court or the family members or the people itself take a call for euthanasia, mercy killing. Take for example, as I said, a Berkeley case where the woman severely affected by terminal brain cancer. So the woman autonomously take that decision to euthanasia, that is mercy killing. It's simply mercy killing. Have it, whether I cleared your doubt?
No doubts, no doubts. I will continue with another point. Just I want to think about this because this topic is somehow new for me.
Ah, okay. It's not a problem.
Yeah, but
Uh,
I will
Oh,
continue. I will
so
continue the
in
session.
Tamil, we say Karunai Kolai. So I think it will be better to understand you.
Gopinath Anna, can I make a question on you?
yeah, that's okay.
Okay. So, as you said, euthanasia is based on the legal ethics and which is based on the countries and the somewhat personal things. I accept it. So, we all know that about Stephen Hawking's. Even you might know about it, right?
Yeah, it's good.
So,
Yeah,
he was
world
a
renowned scientist. No one can forget.
he was a man who was a physicist and famous physicist in UK, and at the age of 21, he was diagnosed with a disease called ALS. So he was totally paralyzed and he was in wheelchair. But even though he was not got euthanasia from both of the countryside and from the parents on his own. So the doctor diagnosed, and as he said, was he can live only for 2 to 3 years, but he was lived for more than 50 years. Approximately, he was lived for 50 years. So why the country doesn't do euthanasia for him? And my question was that one.
Roshni, it's yeah, I waited for this. Roshni, we all know about Stephen Hawking. How many of you know about his wife? His wife also a scientist. Both of them studied at Cambridge, I think. The one most of them know about Stephen Hawking. His wife, no one knows about her wife. His wife. See, to live a life like that, how Stephen Hawking has surveyed, without his life, without his wife, he cannot live for live for a year because his wife is very supportive to him. But it is not it is not a case for all, you know. That's what I'm trying to say. The people
See,
can't able. Uh,
euthanasia is really done for to get rid of the pain, right? So he
yes.
really suffered a lot of pain without his body. He can't even move his leg. So he want to take a wheelchair always. He want to support on any other's life. So why his wife didn't make any euthanasia for him? So why at
Hmm.
the place the euthanasia was not legal enough? Why the doctor doesn't support euthanasia for him?
Because Roshni, he had a very great support from his wife, from his friends, and also he is a very renowned scientist. So many people came forward to help him. See, what if you all know about the Stephen Hawking wheelchair? How many of them going to get that wheelchair, that costly wheelchair? Because of his popularity, I don't like to say it's a popularity. Because of his commitment towards scientific world, he get all his benefit, all this type of benefit. Well, let's try to take sense on the common man. Whether he's going to get all this support. Firstly,
Gopinath, I want
my
to,
point
I want to raise a question. I want to raise a
is.
question that you have said that it's a mercy killing. Yeah. First of all, in Earth, no one have the rights to kill kill someone. Okay. In Indonesia, the thing is, they are having a mindset that the grand like when a person gets old, they are not enough to live in the world, and they will kill them through it. There's various types of Indonesia, making them to be died with the help of uh, like tablets or some medicines, or if they are doing some as you said, they are doing some mercy killing. But the thing is, no one have the rights to kill. Why the Indonesia, like Euthanasia, you have said many advantages on that. Why Euthanasia didn't take any actions regarding this? Is if they are taking an action against making a mercy killing, if they are taking an action to live a long life, live with a happy life in the Euthanasia, why they didn't take any action? You have said, you have explained me itself that euthanasia is nothing but a mercy killing. Yeah, the killing itself is a negative word. Why didn't euthanasia tried to make it as a positive? Why didn't they didn't taken hard work to replace that killing and making something to be positive, so that can be have a role model to other countries?
Samat, I need to appreciate you that you have quickly taken the topic, but I also need to oppose you about the points you have given. See, Samat, I'm not a person who going to support the unfair euthanasia. The problem is most of them misunderstood where we take a call for euthanasia. I'm clearly stating that the patient can't able, there is no chance. for getting a treatment for him. There is no chance that can claim to be back of his life. That in that time we need to call for a euthanasia. That's what in that time there should be a strict guidelines also. That's what I'm trying to say. But everyone is came here and saying that euthanasia should be not be unfair. But see, why the patient need to get unnecessary sufferings? That's what I'm trying to convey here.
Okay.
Anna,
I think
you
a quick time check, guys. I mean, it's already 9:27, so we only have 3 minutes. Okay, I'll give last 30 seconds and then we'll close. Okay.
Gopinath Anna, do you really think the guidelines for euthanasia is really followed in each and every country? Really, my answer is no. Because in Belgium, that as I said earlier that about the twins, they were really need to be lived, okay. But the parents decided to make euthanasia. Why? The question is, it is really unfair. And the next one was Stephen Hawking. So at the time he was diagnosed at the age of 21, he was really not a married person, and even he was not a scientist at the time also. He didn't even completed his PhD on this time. He was completed his PhD at the year of 1996. So how can you say that his wife supported him a lot? But it's really acceptable. His wife has supported him a lot, but when he was diagnosed, there is nobody to
Roshni,
support him.
sorry for the interruption. Sorry for the interruptions. Due to a time lag, we need to conclude this with a conclusion. Today's topic is about Indonesia, and we have taken some points of positive side of Indonesia as well as what are all the negatives are there in Indonesia. The
So it's
Indonesia, I
not.
mean,
Once again,
It,
you have misspelled the word Indonesia, not Indonesia or something.
so it's euthanasia. Euthanasia is nothing but a mercy killing. It's not about a
yeah,
country.
sorry, yeah, in the like my pronunciation mistake, sir. Yeah, it's not a problem. Yeah, Indonesia, is it right?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
We have talked about many positive and negative points of euthanasia, and some of them have been pinned some incidents of the twins, the Stephen Hackings, and the opposite team has been given some valid points on that. So the thing is, the conclusion is having a mercy killing that's depend on individual. Individual decides that he want to live
I
or he
also
want
not
to
came
be
to the
killed.
picture that it's depends upon individual. That's what I need to also conclude here. It's wholly depend upon individual. In the case if the individual cannot take actions, the elders, the government, the judiciary system, the proper function of a system can take decision. Yes, sir. Thank you.
See, I said 30 minutes, we took 3 minutes. Sorry, I said 30 seconds, but we took 3 minutes. That's fine.
Yes, sir. That's why I try to conclude here. It's
No,
already
that's
9:30.
yeah, no worries, no worries. Yeah, I mean, good, good that I mean, even on the second week of the same topic, we have a lot of good points, right? And thank you mainly for the folks, I mean, who has come prepared because it shows the interest that you have on this session, right? Um, I mean, I did note like a few points about every speaker, but due to the time limit, I'll just give a overall feedback, right? Again, see the content wise, you guys have really come prepared. But what I felt was I liked the last week's session than today's session. It was because last week's session it was new, right? And you were bringing a lot of fresh thoughts. But today's session it became more of a prepared speech, and it got into a monotonous way of just bringing a case study and answering and discussing about it. But again, only at the end, I think we did talk about the topic, and thanks, somebody tried to conclude it as well, which is good. But overall, right, what I am feeling is, I think the impromptu speech is helping us better than a prepared speech. Because see, prepared speech, it is really good. It is helping you to come up with a lot of points, but at the same time, sometimes I can see you are getting stuck in certain points and just revolving around it. And I was expecting somebody to bring in new perspective, right? That wasn't there, but that's fine. I mean, you'll get it right. And but overall, there were a lot of grammatical mistakes in everyone's speech. So as I told you last week, as this is a prepared speech, I was mainly focusing on the negative aspects of it. So there were instances where can able to was used multiple times. So can able, don't use it, please. It I mean they are able to. I am able to. So can able it doesn't go well in a sentence. And what else? Yeah, I think some of the fact check that was done, it was good, but at the same time, for instance, Sukanti, I mean, she had points, but she didn't speak much. Is what I felt. The conversation was just going between Gopinath and Roshini for most of the part, and then Pravina tried to pitch in certain cases, and at the end, Samath also tried to come up with his conclusion. But where I'm going with that is try to have at least 2-3 points when you get a chance, and try to speak for at least 30 to 40 seconds. And at the same time, don't drag it beyond a minute. That's one thing you have to consciously make some effort on working on. And grammatical mistakes are fine. You'll have to work on it, and you will get rid of it once you practice a lot, right? Because I know for sure that when you write a sentence, you will try to make sure that it's always correct, but when you speak, it won't come in the same way. So no, but again, having said that, right, all of you had very good valid points as well, even though it was just revolving around a couple of case studies. Bringing in and talking about Stephen Hawking was really nice, but at the same time, I was expecting some. I mean, there are case studies, or there are examples where the other parts of it, right? When Stephen Hawking's, yeah, you are saying, I mean, you are using that as an example for talking against the topic, right? Whereas I think Roshni brought a point in the last week's session where she brought in a case study where it was supporting the euthanasia. So similar to that, there are like so many other points which we could have spoken. But nevertheless, I mean, it was a very good attempt, guys. Good to see everyone improving. And please try to decide at a proper time. And if you want to meet at 8 or 8:30, I am fine with that too. Harini, I don't think we need to meet at this time because it's already too late for folks, right? So 8 or 8:30, I'm fine with anything. Just maybe take a poll, and we'll finalize it going forward. And for next week, maybe I'll try to share like 3 topics, and out of those 3, we'll pick one. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Cool,
Sorry,
then.
sorry, sir, I didn't prepared well, and because last session I didn't attend the last session. I have stuck some works in GHF itself. I have been gone to interviewing the news girls. So that's in that work I got stuck. So I can't able to attend the last week GD, and I have been informed that to Harini itself. Hereafter it will not be repeated, and I will become in a prepared way.
Yeah, no problem. And Harini, please remove the other folks from the group. I mean, see, there is no meaning in them joining after this, right? Because they have never joined the class till now.
Okay, Nas. Remove Panera.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Cool then. Okay, guys. Talk to you next week. Have a nice week ahead.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. See you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.